Hi, Larry.
Well, hello there, and you are?
How are you? I'm Fred Shaw, and I'm running for Carpinteria City Council.
Well, thanks for having me today.
Welcome.
Very good.
This is my wife, Lisa Gurovitz.
Oh, hi, Lisa.
Hi, Larry.
How are
She
you today?
is currently running for her second term on the Carpinteria Summerlin Fire Board.
Well, very good.
So it's a busy household.
I'm sure. Tell me, what part of town are we in here?
Right now we are in Silver Sands Mobile Home Park, which is adjacent to the wetlands.
Okay. Looks like you have a nice place.
Thank you.
Well, shall we get going?
I'm ready to go. Follow me. We're going to go over to a neighbor's house. When we first moved here, the reason we did is between the sounds of the ocean, the sounds of the train, and the wetlands, it just seemed like a perfect place to live. So we bought in here to Silver Sands Mobile Home Park. But over there to my right is Franklin Creek. And then over in the campground is Carpinteria Creek. Now, belonging to Carpinteria Beautiful like I do and working with the committee, the Creek Committee, we have kept the creeks clean, so if you go to either one of them, you see fish throughout there now, and talking to the ranger in the park, you actually see some steelhead trout starting to come back, which is a real win for the city and for the state park system. Also, if we look over there, that's our beach. Carpinteria Beautiful does a really good job of picking up all the trash on the beach, and again, I'm a part of that. And so when visitors come to visit, they have a very clean beach, not only world's safest beach, but also one of world's cleanest beaches. It's a wonderful thing. But one of the things we have to bear in mind is that where we live here in Silver Sands, we're a resident-owned mobile home park. There's 800 other families throughout Carpinteria that live in mobile home parks that are not resident owned. They have absentee owners. And that prompted me 4 years ago to become part of the Carpinteria Mobile Home Rent Stabilization Board. Rent control for the seniors living on fixed incomes and the young families just moving into the housing market is extremely important here in town. And once I'm on City Council, I plan to continue to advocate for that. Okay, Larry, I'm going to take my scooter and head to the next stop, and you can follow me, okay?
Okay.
We're on Linden Avenue, right in the heart of the downtown mom-and-pop business T here in Carpinteria. This is the street that we have the Avocado Festival, Rods and Roses, lighting of the hospice tree, and later on this weekend we have the triathlon, and I've been working on all of those events since I moved into town. One of the things I'm proudest of is 6 years ago, former Mayor Donna Jordan, Dr. Dave Beamer, and several of us citizens got together and formed a committee because we realized on the weekends visitors would come to town and there was no way to get visitor information. So we formed the host program and developed the visitor center. Back then we didn't have this building, but now in this building we have information for stuff all along the Central Coast. We have a restaurant guide for town, we have a lodging guide for town, and all the recreational and business information any visitor would need coming to town. Now, of course, we also try and circulate amongst the businesses, which keeps them happy as well because they know we're promoting their business. Another thing when I'm on City Council that I would like to see happen is more outreach to outlying areas that the trains travel on, because train trip, when you get off right at our train station, you're almost with a few steps from the heart of downtown, and that would be good for our business and also good for the visitors coming into town because it would be a car-free, carefree destination. Okay, we're here at the junction of Highway 150 and Carpinteria Avenue. Now down below us is the Highway 101 in Motion project. That's going to be with us for 15 more years. But City Council can work with the county and work with Caltrans to make sure that when they open and close off-ramps that it works for our benefit so we don't have street congestions on our surface streets. Another thing that we can do is we can make sure they help us get signs up to let visitors know coming north or south that we're still here, still open for business, and we'd love to have them drop by and see all the wonder that's Carpinteria. Over a little bit over that way to my right is our industrial section. Now, when I'm on City Council, one of the things that I want to see City Council do is more aggressively reach out to tech industry and green business. Not only do both of those businesses pay good wages, but also the other side of that is they're pretty much resource neutral. So I'll aggressively pursue that when I'm on City Council. And then the last thing, Larry, if you look behind you, this is the Bluffs 3 area, Larry. It's actually has been zoned for several years for a resort, and currently there's a proposal to build a hotel and 2 restaurants over in that area. But as a City Council person, one of the things that I'll have to be aware of along the rest of the, as well as the rest of the City Council members, is we have to see what the impacts are on the community, because that's what we're there for. We have to make sure that we don't harm the environment. We have to make sure that view corridors aren't destroyed. We also have to make sure that traffic patterns aren't bothered so much that, again, we have traffic difficulties in town.
Do you think it's possible to build a resort and meet all those requirements?
I think it's very possible to do that, but it's something that City Council is going to have to look at very carefully, because whatever is built here will be with us for generations, just like this beautiful open area along the coast, and we want to make sure that it fits in with the small town charm that is Carpinteria. Okay, Larry, you can follow me now on my scooter. A lot of people see me in town riding the scooter, and the reason I got the scooter is because it's economical, and let's face it, it's a lot of fun to drive in a small town. So I use it. Anyway, our next stop, we're heading now to Dahlia Court, so just follow me down.
Okay.
Okay, we're here at Dahlia Court, Larry. Low-income housing for our families making less money in the community has always been an important issue, and Dahlia Court and the camper park up there is a perfect example of the county, our city government, and People Self-Help Housing all getting together using grant money to develop housing for these lower income families. You can see here at Dahlia Court they're adding 33 more units, and then at the camper park about a mile up on Via Real they're adding another 46 units when they build Casa de las Flores. When they're completely finished with that, that means we'll have nearly 80 new units for the low-income, affordable units for low-income housing here in Carpinteria. It's a win-win situation and something that every single person in the community has supported. I spend an awful lot of time here, Larry. I am part of the Seal Watch program, and I also would just like to point some things out while we're here. Number one, we have our Bluffs Nature Park over there. To me, it was the perfect collaboration between county, city, and grants to get this large area in perpetuity for visitors and locals here in town to be able to spend time walking along the cliffs and looking out at the ocean and enjoying nature, all there the other side of the eucalyptus trees. Now down here, and actually right where we are, looking towards the beach, this is our seal rookery. For over 100 years, the seals have been landing here and having their pups. And they've learned to coexist pretty well with the oil pier. But that brings up a point. If you remember, 2 years ago on the ballot there was Measure J. Now I'll be honest and say I was one of the people on the committee that was formed to fight against Measure J. Measure J was a slant drilling oil proposition, slant drilling out to the ocean, and I just thought the risk, as well as many other people thought the risk, was much too high for the reward the city would get. And as it turns out, if you looked at the way the polls ended up, that's what happened. But as a city council person, we have to be mindful that out there, there's several oil leases. Even now, Corone is one of the oil leases, and they'd like to drill from Platform Hogan all the way to La Conchita. Again, nothing is written in stone, but we have to be aware that any and all of this could impact our beach and our community. So as a city council person, we have to be very aware and check everything, environment, finances, everything, and to see that it fits our small Carpinteria charm. And that being the case, when I'm on city council, that's exactly what I'll do, is I'll listen, I'll read, and I'll make a decision as to what's best for our city. I encourage anybody who wants to know more about me to look at my website, fredshaw.nationbuilder.com. Thank you so much for your time, Larry. Now I've got to get out of here and go over to Island Brewing Company. I'm bartending for the Chamber Mixer tonight, and I need to pick up the beer. Thanks again, and have a great day. And remember, everybody, vote for Fred Shaw for Carpinteria City Council.
Yeah, well, good luck to you, Fred.
I appreciate it.
You've been watching Touring with the Candidates for Carpinteria City Council. Each candidate had 13 minutes of tape time to give you their tour, and the commentary and itinerary was up to each candidate. I hope you enjoyed it, and see you next time.